SPY still trying to move itself on up. Maybe again a possible quick little short here. And SPY, we just had a quick little pop right at 10 o'clock. Are we going to keep on going? Maybe a possible contract over on SPX. I can't afford too much at this time. I have my big account ready to rock and roll. I just don't want to again be putting myself in any sort of unnecessary position. Right now we got the SPY still trying to move on up. We came on up right next to that line, starting to have a reversal back on down. We go back to our 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame, taking a look over on this play. S&P 500, a little bit of an uptrend. All I want to do is try to make a nice trade here. Deck, why is it slower today? Like, why are we not seeing a crazy amount of hype and volume and action and good stuff? Well, it's because it's Friday and it's because it's a holiday weekend. There's less volume. Less volume equals less activity. Less activity equals less profit. So the thing is, we have less volume, we have less traders, we have less press releases. And again, the holiday weekend right here usually just leads to overall slower conditions. S&P 500 at 395. We did get that little pop on up towards like 395.80 for like a second. If this trend line starts cracking, we could see a little bit of reversal, but as of now, it's still holding up pretty strong in my eyes. So Deck, how are you trading this? I could see top resistance, fall on down, top resistance, fall on down, come on up, hit top resistance, fall on down. So my entire trade that I would be looking for would be coming on up towards around this purple line, then starting to fall its way back on down. So that's what I'd be focused on. That's what I would be looking at. And as long as you stay underneath the price of 396, that would be like the best thing going for. So here we go, guys. It's starting to move itself on up towards around that 396 mark, and anywhere right around 396 honestly could be a great possible short. And I can't afford too many shares right here because again, this is my E-Trade account and I already traded BBBY, but we are all the way on up towards around that 396 area. S&P 500 possible put contracts. If I just want to switch on over to a limit order right here, can we again keep on moving on up, or is this going to start dropping? I'm actually thinking about getting involved here over on this play. Guys, I'm going to get involved here, trying to make, $200. And I'm looking for a put contract as again, we just came on up to 396. So I just did 2 contracts on this play. If we keep on going, I'm going to do another 2 contracts on this play, just a little heads on up. And the reason why I would do that is because I do think there is still a lot of room to be able to drop, fall, get weaker. If we have a downtrend where every time we hit the downtrend, we usually see a reversal, why wouldn't we go ahead and look for a reversal at the downtrend? It would be the same exact thing if you guys said to yourself, hey, every time we come down to this blue line, we bounce off it. We bounced off it here, we bounced off it here. It just makes sense. So that's why I just pulled the trigger. Underneath 395, I'll start locking in some profits. So here we are starting to fall. It's starting to get weaker. I'm just going to switch over to a market order in case I want to get out. And now we're currently up $387. Now we're going to be up $400. Team, we're still falling, guys. $400 profit. Let's lock it in. So again, we got our $400 profit. Nice job, guys. Remember, we stayed patient and we waited for that reversal. How great was that over on the S&P 500? We stayed patient and we waited for the reversal. We stayed patient and we said to ourselves, hey, you know what? This is a play that is probably going to have high reward and low risk. High reward and low risk. So we make a nice $400 profit just right there. And team, that was only from a $2,000 investment. Put in $2,000, won $400. Not bad. SPY still holding well, coming on up. 200-day moving average is at 397.20. So if you guys are interested, S&P 500 still moving itself on up, and the S&P 500 is still on this uptrend. I'm actually thinking about getting back in on the SPX on the call side. Think about looking for a possible entry because we're still holding the uptrend. And I could imagine us actually getting a little bit more hype towards it. 15-minute time frame obviously has broken. That's going to bring in more volume, more hype, and more attention as that line has been broken. And I could imagine this one actually picking up steam. I'm going to go ahead and do SPX trade on the call side and see if maybe we can rip and rally up towards around 397 plus. And I'll try to, lock in my profit if we can get up towards 397 plus. Right now we're coming back on down to 396. Let's go back to a 1 minute time frame. Deck, what would your stop loss be? Stop loss would be if I see us going underneath this purple line. That would be at the price around, if I see the S&P 500 go underneath 396. I'm gonna see, can I add 1 contract to this actually? I can. I'm gonna do 3 contracts, SPX. As long as we stay above the price of 396, I'm good to go. If it goes underneath 396, I'm going to get out. So Deck, why'd you just jump in on the SPY? Well, we are holding an uptrend. We did again break the 15-minute downtrend, which obviously shows strength, and we still have room to run up to the 200-day moving average right here, up near around 397. I really do believe that we are going to get up towards around 397, but at the same time, I will have a stop loss, as I stated, right around like 395.90 to 396. I'm going to have quick stop losses, but I am looking for a squeeze on up if we can get one up through around a high of the day of 396.50 and break on out. If we go underneath 396, going to get out just because I want to make sure I'm just playing that trend line as good as I can. So we want a nice little bounce off this purple line and rip on up. That's what we want. And let's try it again, just add $200 to $300 on this trade. If you're saying, Deck, how much money did you invest on this trade? I invested about, $2,000 on this trade. Right now, we're down $163. If we can break through 396.50, we should be able to see that nice strong rally that we really want. So right now, team, we're about 10 cents away from breaking that high. I'm also watching SPX on my other screen because that's my actual trade, SPX, and we're coming right on up towards that high of the day. Now, can we see that squeeze and breakout? And we're testing those highs, guys, testing those highs, looking for that squeeze and break. We're down $28 on this trade. We got to be able to squeeze and break that 396.50 mark over on, again, the S&P 500. We got to be able to squeeze and break this high right here of 397.8. And if we can do that, that's where, again, we're going to get that next leg. So I'm looking for that nice move on up right here. But as long as we hold the purple line, we're still good to go. Let's see how long can that purple line hold on up for. We can also see, again, when we're looking at that 15-minute time frame, we broke the downtrend. The downtrend was supposed to hold on up. The downtrend did not lead to the reversal. Since the downtrend did not lead to the reversal, what's the other option? Well, it would lead towards a spike. If you're not reversing, you're spiking. Touching the highs right here, watching SPX for that next leg. It's getting rejected at the high as well. So team, both these plays right now, we are again looking for that break, and we are sitting right at those areas. 39650. Team, if we start going back on down to 39610 or so, you may have to get out of this trade. We tried. Nice little bounce off the purple line again. Notice we got a nice little bounce off the purple line. This is why I love trendline trading. Trendline trading is so easy. It's so fun. You do have great rewards in trendline trading because we are risking the minimum to win the maximum. We know that if we lose, we're going to take about a $300 loss. But if we win, we could be able to make $1,000 plus. And how great is that? So here we come back on up, team. We're still looking for that rally. Currently up $16. That's going to get myself some Chipotle for after this trade. And come on, baby. Let's add some chips to that Chipotle. Let's add some drinks to that Chipotle. I don't want to ask for a water cup and fill it up with Sierra Mist or Sprite. I want to get myself a nice XL, baby. Fill that thing up with some dark old root beer. Huh? Come on, Chipotle. Double protein me. Double protein me. Yeah, I want a little extra sour cream. Throw it on there as well. Trendline's still looking good. We're hitting some new highs at the moment. Here we go, $316. Guys, now here comes the rip. Here comes the run. Here comes the climb. Now again, let's go all the way up to 397 if we can. Again, I want to see the squeeze now. We got up towards, again, 396. We're up $316 at this moment. Don't go underneath 396.50 again. We want to see this one again continue to rip and run. We got up to a high of 396.76. We're currently up $166. I don't want it going underneath the 396.50 mark. We are again still up a little bit. We were up again about $400 there for a second. I don't want it going underneath that 396.50 mark. I will say I don't like how it is not holding 396.50. I want it to hold 396.50. Just for this trade, I will continue to hold it until I see a crack of that purple line. And team, we are at the purple line, so please be careful. Please be careful. If this again goes underneath that purple line, you got to get out. You got to move on. Uh-oh, team. Guys, uh-oh. If this does not bounce, oh, guys, I'm going to get out just to be smart. Look at this. It's starting to crack. I'm not going to end up, taking any sort of loss. I lost, how much did I lose on that trade, guys? $190. I lost $190 before this thing starts cracking on me. We were playing this trend line, but the moment that trend line broke, we knew that it was time to get out. So if we continue on with this strategy, right? We nail again, one bounce, one move, one rip on that trend line. There's your $1,000 profit. Deck, it's not working out. The trend line's starting to crack. Hey, then get out. You lose very minimal. It's like perfect way to trade. It's the perfect way to be able to make money. And also, if you are saying, hey, Deck, I'm on the long side right now, I'm going to get out, then just flip it over to the put side and you can go on the short side if you want to. So, I just took a very small loss. I'm still green on the day. I'm still up over $200 on the day. So the thing is, the S&P 500 trading trend lines on multiple trend lines, it's an awesome lesson right here. That was a great lesson just for you to be able to learn and be able to figure this out. I know we're kind of jumping into a middle of a trade here, but what we have right now is MGOL. MGOL is a new IPO, basically a stock that just opened on up. It stands for Initial Public Offering. It is the first time that the public is allowed to be investing into this company. 90% of new IPOs are going to come crashing on down. This thing was starting to fall, so I was willing to jump in on this play, looking for a nice short. I'm in at the price of $13.38. I'm looking for this to open on up and get a crack right back on down. Let's try to make over $3,000 on this Friday. MGOL opening back up in 20 seconds. I'm thinking there's gonna be a lot of support somewhere right around these lower shadows. Let's see if we can be able to take our profits here. 3, 2, 1. MGOL, we want to see 10 bucks. Guys, 10.50. Let's go. Let's keep holding here for a second. Let's keep holding here for a second. Boom! Everything these fingertips touch turns into gold. Everything that these fingertips touch turn into gold. $2,400 on my Friday, baby.